Hi, Isaac here, former Audio Fundamentals student from last year, and I'm here to tell you a bit about what I learned doing Audio Fundamentals last year and what my highlights of the module were when I did it last year. So one of the things that I learned about doing Audio Fundamentals is that I learned about how different musical devices and components work, things like loudspeakers, synthesizers, and microphones as well. And I also learned about the very basics of the sound, how we hear sound, how we use sound, and how we process sound and how they get processed through those devices like the microphones and the loudspeakers. One of the things that I learned in the module, there are so many cables that we work with, so many cables, and also a lot of equations as well. We do quite a few mathematical equations and calculations as well when working with sound. One thing that I learned thanks to the technician Ian, never plug a jack into anything if you don't know what it actually is. Always take the time to look through what it is you're actually plugging into an input or output device. And I think one of the highlights of the module from when I did it definitely has to be the practicals. I think the best thing about the module was that the lectures and the practicals were always timetabled together, so you had the chance to not only learn the material and learn the content, but you had the chance to experiment with the equipment and learn about how it's used and how people work with it in the industry, all in that session as well, which was really good because there weren't any distractions during that module. And I think the demonstrations with the equipment has also got to be another one of my highlights as well. Having the chance to be able to see that equipment, see how it's used. It was definitely very exciting hearing how a synthesizer worked and how you had all those different effects on them and how the output sound was like. So yeah, those were my highlights of the module. Obviously, got to say, test at the end, very decent test, rather simple test. Of course, bring together all that knowledge that you've learned throughout the module, and you get to practice with questions along the module as well, ready for that final test at the end. So really well taught, really good practicals as well, really good demonstrations, and of course that nice test at the end. And that was some of my highlights, as well as the things I learnt about during Audio Fundamentals when I did it last year.